And so she is stating she wasn't ready, but I let her know that we needed to proceed.
Okay, proceed with the withdrawal?
Well,
Or
she would
the
like us to proceed with the withdrawal. I told her that if it's not granted by the court, we will proceed with the hearing.
Okay, yeah, I don't see that on the computer yet.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
I let her know it has not been accepted by the court. I'm just letting you know because I'm sure she will bring it up again. And so just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah,
Other
and
than
it
that,
has
yes, I'm
it hasn't even been
accepted.
I see, no, I do see it accepted now.
Oh,
I don't
oh,
see where you actually sent her notice of it.
notice of the withdrawal.
Yes. So if you were wanting to
Understood.
withdraw for today, you would have had to send her like the 10-day letter. Or
Correct, Your
she could
Honor.
have signed the order and we would have signed it that way.
She did sign it, Your Honor. It was an
The
agreed.
proposed order?
She signed the agreed withdrawal. I'm sorry, the order. I'm not even seeing that in the system.
I see the order attached to the back of the motion. And oh, I do see where she signed it. So are you wanting to proceed today and then I just sign it afterward?
Your Honor, I don't, based on what my client said, no. If Your Honor does not grant it, I'm ready to proceed, Your Honor. I just know that that is the first thing she's going to bring up. And I know. So she wants the withdrawal to be granted.
Well, if she wants the withdrawal to be granted, then she has to be here to proceed. Well, not necessarily. We could still proceed in her absence. The court is not. Is she here?
She should be. She should be in the waiting room, Your Honor.
Let me see. Okay. Oh, there she is.
Do we have Jim Cobb here as well? I know he was subpoenaed.
I don't see him yet.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Miss Brown. Miss Brown, can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, you'll have to turn your camera on too.
Okay,
Yep.
I asked for PTSD accommodation because
And I denied it. So could you turn your camera on, please?
okay, I'll turn it on for a little bit. Yes.
No, you will turn it on for the duration. You do not get to decide how long you keep your camera on.
Okay. Well, ma'am, I have accommodation by the Disability Act, and I have PTSD related to domestic violence by Mr. Brown. So for me, it's a trigger, and I asked for accommodation.
That is not before me. I don't have anything from any doctor or anyone saying.
Okay, I have the paper. We can provide it to you, the
You
lawyer.
did not provide it to me before today, ma'am. So you will keep your camera on.
Okay.
Just don't look at him.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a preliminary issue we need to take up. There's a motion to withdraw on file.
Right.
And your attorney informed me that you would like for her to withdraw.
Yes.
If that's the case, then you're proceeding on today's hearing by yourself?
No, I do not have a legal representation today. I would like to resolve it and ask for continuous.
Okay, so that's not how it works. We're here today. So you have two options. You can either allow your attorney to proceed with the hearing today, or I can allow her to withdraw as you have requested, and you can proceed by yourself.
I cannot proceed. I cannot proceed because English is my second language, and I do not have, any knowledge and understanding of legal terminology. So I would need to have Hebrew interpreter.
Okay, so we're not doing that because like I said, we are here today. So either you allow your attorney to proceed or you can proceed. Those are your options.
I do not.
Okay, so your attorney is proceeding.
No, I do not allow it to proceed. I withdraw
Okay, well,
my attorney.
I'll withdraw her and
Okay.
then you can just stay online or you can leave, but the hearing is going to proceed either way.
Okay. Okay. You can continue. Go ahead.
Okay. All sides ready to proceed? Wait a minute. I want Attorney Ukwamo. I'm going
Yes,
to
Your
go
Honor.
on the record and we're going to, after you announce, I'm going to let
Yes.
it be known that I am signing the motion to withdraw to allow you to get off the case and then you can drop off the call.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. You ready, Joey? All right, we're on the record and calls number DF 2514654. Councils, will you please announce for the record?
Haley Doyle, attorney for movant Marvin Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor. God is Ike Ukwama on behalf of Michelle Brown, who is present.
Okay, with those who intend to testify, please raise your right hands. Okay, Ms. Brown, are you gonna raise your hand? All right. Do you both swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You may lower your hands. Prior to going on the record, there was some discussion about a motion for withdrawal of counsel filed by Attorney Ukwama, excuse me, in regards to the representation of Michelle Brown. The court has reviewed the motion and attached to the motion is an agreed order signed by Ms. Brown. So the court is going to go ahead and sign the order for withdrawal, allowing Attorney Ukwama to get off of the case as well as drop off the call for today's hearing. And Ms. Brown is going to proceed with this hearing on her own if she so chooses. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. May it be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. You too. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. All right. The remainder of the case that we're on here today is for a bill of review, and it was brought by Mr. Brown by way of his attorney, Ms. Doyle. You each will have 15 minutes aside that will include any opening and closing statements should you all choose to make them. Prior to going on the record, there was some exhibits that were pre-admitted. They will be admitted at this time. So petitioners exhibits 1 through 5, number 13, and numbers 15 through 17 are admitted, and respondents exhibits 1 through 7 are admitted. Ms. Brown, since you are representing yourself, you are held to the same standards as any attorney. If an objection is made, you have to stop speaking. You can call any witnesses that you may have, including yourself. You may be your only witness. Or you can call Mr. Brown, and you're also able to cross-examine Mr. Brown about any testimony that he will give. Attorney Doyle, would you like to make an opening statement at this time?
No openings, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Brown, would you like to make an opening statement at this time?
No.
All right. Attorney Doyle, you may call your first witness.
Judge, I call Marvin Brown.
All right. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. All right, Mr. Brown, can you go ahead and just state your full name for the record?
Marvin Brown
All righty. And where do you currently reside?
in France.
Okay. And where were you living in November of 2024 when Michelle filed the original petition for divorce here in Dallas?
In France.
Okay. And how long had you been residing in France at that time?
Off and on since 2013. We have
Okay.
lived in. Okay. I can tell you other places if you need it.
No, that's okay. So at the time that the original petition for divorce was filed in November of 2024, how long had you been living in France for an extended period of time?
When was COVID?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. So I would say since 2021, 2022.
Okay. All right. And so do you have the exhibits pulled up?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you can take a look at Exhibit 15 that's been admitted, is that your current residence listed on that envelope?
No, it's not.
All right, what is that residence?
That is that represents the lake house I used to live in.
Okay, and when did you live at that address?
In 2025, I believe this one.
Okay. And so is that where you were living?
I think it's either the summer of 2024. Yeah, I will say the summer of 2024.
Okay. All right. And so is that the address that you were living at while the divorce case was pending here in Dallas?
Yes.
Okay. And so was Michelle aware that you were living at that residence?
Yes. She's on the
Okay.
lease.
Okay. Michelle was on the lease at that residence. Okay. And so was Michelle also living at that address or was she living somewhere else?
She lived at that address till probably like for 6 months, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
And then
But
she
she
moved to
was
Paris.
okay. But she was aware that that is where you were residing, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you said she had moved to Paris?
Yes.
Okay. When did she move
And
there?
also another town up towards, what's it called? Normandy, up near Normandy area.
Okay. And when was she living there?
Oh, gosh. Around Christmas and New Year's of 2025.
Okay. And can you take a look at Exhibit 5 for me, please? And that is Michelle's pay stub. And in the
Yes.
top left corner there where it shows her address, is
Yes.
that the address that she lived at in France?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And to your knowledge, when was the last time she was residing at that French address?
We moved from there to the lake house,
Okay.
to the house in Montferrat where that EDF
Okay.
build is at.
Okay. And were the children always residing with mom during this time?
No, they were not always residing with mom.
Okay. Where were the children residing at this time?
With both of us, we were together.
Okay. And so after you separated, where did Michelle and the children reside?
The children lived with me.
Okay.
And
All right. And so
the
were you
children lived with
ever
me. The children lived with me at the lake house until after when they were taken out of school.
okay. And when were they taken out of school?
The summer of 2025.
Okay. Where were they enrolled in school?
Your Honor, objection?
Okay,
Objection?
okay,
Yes,
what is your legal objection?
we all three of us are victim of domestic violence. They were not taken out of school. Eleanor were abused by Mr. Brown, and I rescued her in May of 2025. And then I rescued Sabrina and brought him back to America, to the United States. And I never lived in that address. On every address that you see in this hearing is address that I never really lived in it. The thing is, Mr. Brown is not legal in France. Mr. Brown was able to
Objection.
stay in France because I am a French citizen, and every bill has to be on my name because I am a lawful resident and citizen of France. So by default, every address you see will have my name, nothing with his name because he's not legal in France. He currently not even legal in France and has proceeding and have, police reports pending for Mr. Brown because he's not willing to disclose his address. They're looking for him. So objection for everything he says right now.
Okay, so what is your legal objection?
My legal objection is that the girls were not with him, were not taken from him. They were rescued by him because of domestic violence. And that's part of my case. My case is about domestic violence.
Okay, I'm going to overrule the objection. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Mr. Brown. Were you ever personally served with a divorce petition filed in Texas?
Personally served. Okay.
Yes. Did anyone ever come to you in person and serve you with divorce papers?
No one
Okay.
Your
personally
Honor,
served.
objection. Your Honor, objection.
Okay, what is your legal objection?
In 2023, I've notified Mr. Brown that I will file for divorce in Dallas, and Mr. Brown was not cooperating. This is the reason why I had no other choice but to run from him, run from home, and get to America and file in America. I was scared to death. And he did not cooperate with any proceeding. He blocked therapy for my daughters, and he would not allow us to have any of his addresses. He would block my phone. He would block his phone. He would control my emails, and he will never, ever, and told me he would not proceed with anything related to the divorce. So he knew very well that I'm going to the United States of America to divorce, because this is where we lived pretty much all our life, and would not cooperate with the proceeding.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brown. What is your legal objection?
My legal objection is that Mr. Brown was notified by me
Okay,
that I will divorce him in the United States. He knew very well.
okay, overrule.
Okay, Mr. Brown,
Yes.
did you receive any documents by certified mail, email, or were you otherwise notified of a Texas divorce case pending against you?
Texas divorce case pending? No.
Okay. And you did learn that a default decree was entered, correct?
Correct.
When did you learn about that?
2 days before I was to have the French court hear about the divorce.
Okay. Do you remember about what date that was?
Oh gosh. It was in July of 2025, I believe it was.
Ma'am, by July, objection, by July I was divorced.
Okay, what's your legal objection?
A legal objection is in July 2025, I was divorced.
Okay, overrule.
Continue.
Counsel, you can re-ask your question.
Okay. Mr. Brown, what was the date that you had first learned that a Texas divorce case even occurred and was defaulted against you?
Gosh. Can you give me 2 minutes? I can look it up right fast.
No. It was about when you said July 2025, about when you learned about it.
Yes, June or July.
Okay. Alrighty. And how did you learn about it?
From my French attorney.
Okay. Do you have any idea how your French attorney came to be aware of the Dallas divorce decree?
Michelle's French attorney sent my French attorney an email.
Okay. Okay. And so Michelle did know where you were living in France at the time the default divorce decree was entered, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you communicate with Michelle during the time between November of 2024 and about June of 2025 when the divorce was pending in Texas?
Yes.
Okay. So what methods did you use to communicate with her? Was it through email, text message, phone calls?
I believe we lived together at the lake house at that time. Also, there's some emails.
Okay. And so your email address was known to Michelle?
Yes.
And she has contacted you at that email address around the time the divorce was filed, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Objection.
All right, what is your legal objection?
Yes, my objection is I did not live with Mr. Brown at the time he just, mentioned. I ran away from home in October of 2024.
Okay, so what is your legal objection?
That I was not living with Mr. Brown.
All right,
Overrule.
Okay, Mr. Brown, if you could just quickly take a look at Exhibit 4 and also Exhibit 16. Are those email communications between you and Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. And so have you changed your email since those communications?
No.
Okay. And I'll direct you to Exhibit 2, which is Michelle's affidavit of diligent search. In that affidavit, she states that the last known address she has for you is a Farmers Branch, Texas address. Have you ever lived in Farmers Branch, Texas?
Yes.
Okay, when did you live there?
I'm going to say 2013.
Okay. So the last time that you resided in Farmers Branch, Texas was 2013, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so does Michelle have knowledge of when you left Farmers Branch?
Yes.
Okay. And does she have knowledge of where you moved to after leaving Farmers Branch?
Yes.
Okay. She also stated in the affidavit that you left in February of 2023 and she hadn't heard from you since then. Is that true?
No.
Okay. And in fact,
Objection.
Was
Mr. Brown was arrested in France, in Paris, and was not allowed to be near my home for about 3 months. So yes, for 3 months, we did not see him. He disappeared. He broke his parole, actually. He broke his probation and came to the house and took his bicycle. And I was filing for another complaint to the police so he can stay out. But for 3 months, you're not allowed to be anywhere near my home.
okay. So what is your legal objection?
My legal objection is Mr. Brown, on those 2 months or 3 months, was not anywhere near my home.
Okay. Overrule.
okay. And Mr. Brown, in fact, she had heard from you since February of 2023 because she emailed you, as shown in Exhibits 4 and 16. I just want you to confirm of March 2024 and January of 2025. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so at the time this petition was filed, November of 2024, were you a resident of Texas?
No, I was not.
Where had you been residing for the 6
France.
months prior to November of 2024?
France.
Okay. And are you aware of where Michelle was living 6 months prior to November of 2024?
France.
Okay.
Yes.
And where were the children living in the 6
With
months
me.
prior to November
France.
2024?
Yes. France.
Okay. And were there any ongoing legal proceedings in France involving your marriage or your children?
Yes.
Okay. And so when was the French case opened?
2024. And
Okay.
actually, if you go back to, I think, 2023, it was originally open, then it was suspended with the ability to have it reopened.
Okay, let me ask you this. Can you take a look at Exhibit 17? And that's the agreement between yourself and your French attorney. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And you signed that agreement in December of 2023. Is that correct?
Correct.
And in fact, on page 2 of Exhibit 17, can you just read to me the first sentence under Article 1?
The client has asked the advocate to advise, assist, and represent him in a divorce proceeding issued by Madame Michal Ben Moshe in Paris, France.
And can you just, for clarity, let the court know who Michal Ben Mosh is?
Michelle Brown.
Okay. All right. And so if you had known about the divorce case here in Texas, would you have appeared?
Remotely, yes.
Would you at least have filed an answer with the court in an effort to not be defaulted?
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay. And what defenses or objections, if any, would you have raised at that time?
Oh, that she's not a resident.
Okay. And that you also are not a resident, isn't that correct?
Correct. And the
Okay.
kids aren't a resident either. No one's a resident of Texas.
Okay. And so are you asking the court today to vacate the final decree due to both insufficient service and a lack of jurisdiction?
Correct.
Okay. And was it necessary for you to retain myself and Mark Saltman and Johnson to bring this case before the court today?
Correct.
And through retaining our firm, did you incur attorney's fees?
Yes, I did.
And were those attorney's fees in the amount of $3,000?
Gosh, yeah.
And do you believe that those fees to be reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Brown, do you have any questions for Mr. Brown?
No.
Okay. Attorney Doyle, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, I will call Michelle Brown.
Okay. You have 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. Ms. Brown, you have 11 minutes and 23 seconds left.
Ma'am, as I already mentioned, I do not understand legal procedure in English. I would like to have a translator or interpreter in Hebrew.
Okay. You've been participating this entire time.
I'm sorry, I do not understand legal terms.
Okay.
So when it comes to questions, if I don't understand, I will tell you that I do not understand.
Okay. Well, then that's how you have to answer the questions then.
Okay.
Attorney Doyle, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Michelle. So I just have a few questions for you. You knew that Marvin Brown was living in France at the time you filed for divorce. Isn't that correct?
No,
Okay. You had communicated with him while he was in France. Isn't that correct?
no,
And you had his email address at that time.
no, I did not.
Okay. Well, I'll direct you to your Exhibit 7, where you sent an email to Mr. Brown on June 7th of 2025. So you had his email at that time, isn't that correct?
No,
Okay. So where did that email come from?
I think Mr. Brown is forging a lot of document. He's really very good in this. And
Miss
then this is how he
Brown.
got himself into France. And I do not understand the rest of the question that you have.
Miss Brown, respectfully, I'm referencing the exhibit that you
I don't understand the word
provided.
reference. Could you please tell me in Hebrew? I do not understand.
Ma'am, you hold on
I do not understand the word reference, ma'am.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me mute you. Okay. You do not get to pick and choose what you want to understand and what you don't want to understand. You have been making objections this entire time. So to some degree, you do understand what is going on. I'm not going to allow you to proceed and pretend that you do not know what is going on here. You just made an objection almost to every single question that was asked by his attorney of him. So you either answer the questions truthfully, which you raised your right hand and swore to do, or you just answer no. But to say I do not understand, I'm not going to allow you to do that because you do understand to some degree what is going on. You also defaulted him. This is your default order. So you do understand to some degree what is going on. You do not get to pick and choose what you want to participate in. Is that clear? And you can nod your head because I'm keeping you on mute until I remove you off of mute. Thank you. Okay, Attorney Doyle, you may proceed. And I sent a prompt for you to unmute yourself.
Your Honor, at this time, I have no further questions for this witness.
Okay. Do you have any other witnesses?
I would just like to call myself for attorney's fees.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. All right, my name is Haley Doyle. I'm a licensed attorney in the state of Texas. My bar number is 241-439-81, excuse me. I regularly practice in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I'm familiar with matters such as this one today. I'm familiar with the reasonable rates concerning matters such as this in the DFW area. And my firm has incurred $3,000 in attorney's fees for this matter. I believe those fees are reasonable and necessary in this matter. And I request that my client be awarded these fees at this time. And the court is provided with Exhibit 3. That is the attorney-client agreement with Mr. Brown showing the flat fee rate that we charged him in this case.
Thank you, counsel. You actually have 32 seconds left, so you did good. All right, Ms. Brown, this is now your opportunity to present your case. You may call yourself as a witness. Like I said, you may call Mr. Brown as a witness, but if you choose to be your only witness, you are allowed to do that. You have 11 minutes and 3 seconds. So whatever it is you would like for me to know about the case, and you're speaking while I'm speaking and I can't hear anything you're saying because you're on mute, but you can hear me. So whenever you're ready to proceed, you are able to do that. You'll just have to repeat everything that you just said while you're on mute.
Yes,
Okay, you may proceed.
I have nothing to say. I just said I have nothing else to say.
Okay, Thank you. All right, counsel, do you have a proposed order?
No, I do not, Your Honor. But I
Okay,
can get one prepared and sent over within the hour.
okay. Yes, do that. I want to have an opportunity to look over the rest of the exhibits. And then based on your proposed order, I will get a ruling out to you all as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. You all are excused. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
ליכט ist